You guys ever get it where you go to sleep at the end of a long day and you have a headache, and then you wake up with that same headache? That was today. One of the biggest trends right now is live streaming, and I think it's only gonna get bigger from here. The reason why I think that is because it's the logical progression of reality TV. First we had, you know, the old school, the originators of reality TV back in the days of cable, and they were super produced and kind of fake. Actually, they were really fake for the most part, reality TV. Then after that, we kind of moved into daily vlogging. Vlogging became the new reality TV, and it was a lot less produced, which made it feel more real. There's still a lot of fake stuff in vlogs, but it's more real than the original reality TV. And then now we have live streaming, where it's as real as it gets. It's the realest form of reality TV that you can get right now. And I think people in general are craving that real interaction, having that real relationship with people, especially in this day and age of social media, where it's kind of like a fake social interaction. They wanna feel like they're hanging out with you. And that's what's so cool about live streaming right now. So that's why I think live streaming is the future, and that's why I've started dabbling in live streaming also. I've done a bunch of live streams now. It started off every Friday I was doing live streams. Now it's every Thursday, 3 p.m. I'm live streaming. If you haven't seen it yet, come hang out this Thursday or the next Thursday or the next Thursday. I try to do it every single Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I do Q&As, we talk about different stuff. There's a lot of interaction between me and you guys, which I love because I think it's the best way actually to interact with you guys right now. Just the chat and everything, it's really fun. I really enjoy it, and that's probably the biggest reason why I do it, is because I actually really, really like it. But one of the biggest questions is, how do you actually live stream? What do you need to live stream? And I've been getting a lot of comments about how crispy my live streams are. I take a little bit of pride in that. So why don't we head back to the office and I'll show you guys my setup. All right, so let's first go through the hardware, the gear that I'm actually using to live stream. I'll show you guys. First off, camera C300 Mark II. This is the brains. You do not need to use a camera like this. You can use pretty much anything. Lens is the Sigma 18-35, and I'm using a Rode NT-G3 mic up here for sound. The light is an Aperture 120D with a softbox, the light dome, I think it's called, light dome. That's great, really like that. The computer is my MacBook Pro. I've also used the iMac, but this works great, no problems here. My monitor here is the LG, I don't even remember what this thing's called. Some sort of widescreen LG monitor. Works real great. And then the only real extra piece of hardware that you have to buy is this thing. It's called the Blackmagic Ultra Studio Mini Recorder. And that basically just allows you to connect the camera to your computer, get that feed, that video feed through. And I think it's like $150. That's really the only extra piece of gear that you need to buy. And of course, an extra dongle to get it going with. And you can use, right now I'm using SDI cables, but you can also use HDMI to get it to your computer. It's handy, I like it. So this is my live stream setup. This is what it looks like when I'm live streaming. And like I said, the only extra piece of hardware that I'm buying is that little box right there, $150. But you're probably saying, well, what about the software? You're probably paying a lot of money for that. Nope, it's actually free. Let me show you guys. So what I'm using to live stream the software is called OBS Studio, Open Broadcast Software. I think that's what it stands for. And it's totally free, works on Mac, works on PC, works on everything, which is really great. And it's free. And of course, at first, like any program, it looks a bit daunting. When you open it up, it's like, what the heck is going on? But it's actually fairly simple. I won't go through the whole program, but I'll kind of walk you through the most important stuff, the things that I do in it that I think are really important. So the first screen here, this is what you're streaming. Anything that's in that box, that's what you're gonna be sending out, that's what you're gonna be live streaming. So just be aware of that. Then we have our little scenes, which we'll get to, but basically I have a countdown, I have an intro, and then I have the actual camera, the video feed of myself. Then we have the sources that are in those scenes, the camera, the video files, all that. And then the audio, and then there's like a little scene transition. You don't really have to worry about that right now. And then just start stream, start recording. That's basically all you need to know. So going back to the scenes, basically I made a little 10-minute countdown in After Effects, and then you can kind of import that video clip into OBS. And then after that 10 minutes is up, I just flip to the intro, which is my normal intro. I just modified the ending a little bit. And then once that intro is done, I just go to the video feed. And that's essentially how I do my live streams. And I found this to be really important to have this little countdown, because it deals with the awkwardness of the beginning of the live stream, where people are just coming in, they're starting to join the live stream, and you're not having to just be there awkwardly talking about nothing or having to repeat yourself a bunch of times. The countdown allows the live stream to kind of populate, get enough people there so that when you do start streaming, there's people there and you're good to go and it's not awkward right in the beginning. Let's go through the settings just a little bit. So in general, we're not gonna touch anything. Stream, here you're just gonna grab the stream key from YouTube or Twitch or whatever you're using to stream. You're gonna grab that key, plug it into here. So when you hit start streaming on OBS, it's gonna send that to whatever stream key you put in here. For output, we're gonna go to advanced instead of just simple, and then we're gonna encode in 264. We're gonna go CBR, and then I choose a bitrate of 10,000, and that might be too high for you depending on how fast your internet is, but I like to keep it high. So the higher the number, the better quality your live stream is, but it also will need more internet power to push it to the internet. So depending on your internet speed, kind of play around with this, but 10,000 for me has been a good amount. The rest of the settings here, I haven't changed at all. And then I'm just doing it in 1080, 24p NTSC. That's about it for the settings. Real simple. If you want to dive deeper into the settings, there's a bunch of different videos on OBS. Just look it up. Once you have all that set up, you're just going to go into your YouTube channel or Twitch. I haven't actually live streamed on Twitch yet, but I assumed it's pretty similar to this. So I would go to my YouTube channel, go into Creator Studio, and then hit live streaming. And here I'm just gonna change the thumbnail and the title and the description to match that live stream. So yeah, my next live stream is gonna be about my journey to 400,000 subscribers. So that's my thumbnail, have my title here and the description. And that's basically all you need to do here. Then you just go back to OBS Studio. Once you're ready to start streaming, you hit start streaming, and then you're off to the races. Don't start accidentally, and make sure to remember to stop the stream also. And that really is how you live stream. It's as simple as that. You can see the camera is recording right here, and then this is what my monitor looks like. I got OBS Studio here, and then my YouTube stuff right here, super chat, all that stuff, normal chat I can keep track of, and the video feed, you guys can see it right there. So yeah, that's the technical side of how to start streaming. You basically just buy that little box and then hook it up and you're good to go. And maybe I'll do another video about the actual process of making good stream content, because that's another, whole beast of its own. It's one thing figuring out the technical, the hardware, the hooking up the whole thing side. It's a totally different thing actually having a really good live streaming. And I feel like I'm still learning that, but there's a few really important things that I've learned so far. But most importantly, I just really like live streaming. It's the best way to interact with you guys. I just have a lot of fun doing the live streams. They just fly by. Even though I'm there for an hour or 2 hours sometimes, it goes by so quickly. And I really think it's gonna be the next big thing, and it already is starting to be. And I think the biggest reason for that is that it's just so accessible. Pretty much anybody can do this. There isn't a lot of filmmaking know-how. Once you figure out this little bit, it's just the same thing over and over again, and you're just focusing on the content. That's really what makes it a good or bad stream. So yeah, if you guys want another live streaming video, maybe more on the content side, just leave some thumbs up in the comments, and yeah, join me for the live stream Thursday at 3 p.m. That's what I do. I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, bye.